Chief Smith, first person on the What's Your 20 podcast. Welcome.
Officer Maris. Thank you very much for having me. I think this is a very cool thing you're doing.
Well, we'll see how it goes.
It's only uphill from here. If I'm your first guest.
Well, this is
uphill.
the second time technically that we've done this too.
We'll add that to the outtakes.
Yeah, the popping. A lot of popping in the first one. Taylor didn't know what she was doing. I have the Podcast for Dummies book here, just trying to learn.
That first session that we had recording this, it went so smooth.
It did.
I don't even think there was an like how you talk I don't even think there was an
there was no dead air, nothing.
And that won't happen this time.
Well, way to jinx us. This is a great start to the first podcast. 1 minute in.
1 minute in.
So why don't we just talk about, we're a quarter through your first year of chief. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Over a quarter of a year.
Wow.
How's it been?
It's very interesting. It's first of all, it's the honor of a lifetime to be the chief of police of the Evansville Police Department. I love this agency. I love the men and women that work here. And people might think I'm trying to get brownie points, but I love working for my boss, Mayor Terry. Yeah. A very high level of respect for her, and I'm extremely honored that she chose me to be her chief. So,
yeah, that's great.
It's been great.
And I really enjoy working with her communications director, Joe Atkinson, too.
I feel like Joe is an honorary Evansville police officer.
He is. He likes to come down and visit, but we collaborate on a lot of different things, too. So he's very good at videography and collecting drone footage and stuff like that. So we kind of bounce ideas off of each other every now and then to put out social media content or just content in general. So maybe we'll have them on the show at some point, too.
Awesome. That'd be awesome. I love the collaboration across the city departments, from the mayor's office to the fire department, city police, controller's office. Just all of the integration of partnership is pretty cool. Yeah,
it is. And talking about that, we do a lot with county, in the sheriff's office. Having Noah Robinson, he goes to the radio station now, which is something that we do on Tuesdays, and we kind of got him in the door to do that. And it's really great to have a community that just supports each other in general, right. Not just community members supporting us, but other agencies and companies supporting us too.
Absolutely. And, I'm glad you told me that Noah does the radios. And one more thing that the sheriff's trying to outdo the chief on. So I got to start going. Thanks a lot, Noah, adding one more thing to my plate.
You sure do. Well, you're welcome to come with me anytime on Tuesdays. You're right. This is not going as well as the first time we did it, but
It is. I want to get back to something you asked me originally. You asked about what it's like being a chief.
Yeah.
Right? And I was assistant chief for the last 3 years, working under Chief Bolan, who I have a great amount of respect for. He was a mentor and a friend. I liken it to driving in a two-seater car. And at first I was a passenger, and I'm seeing out of the windshield, and I'm seeing everything that the driver's seeing, right? You see the road signs, you see the speed bumps as they arrive and all that stuff. But until you're in the driver's seat, you have no idea how the car handles.
You don't have to navigate it.
Yeah, you don't have to navigate. You just get to sit there and, basically be a passenger seat driver. But as a chief, it's actually it's a lot different. It's a lot more coming at you. A lot more that you're it, right? You're the final say of things, and there's a lot more responsibility. But it all starts having a number two that you really respect and trust. And I couldn't be more happy and pleased with Assistant Chief Hassler. He's done a phenomenal job, and is definitely the yin to my yang.
Yeah, I would agree.
And I'm saying nice things about him, even though he doesn't say nice things.
He does. I've heard him say it every now and then.
He won't do it in front of me.
He and I are very similar in that instance.
Yeah, y'all won't say nice things about me in front of me, but you wait which I guess is the more important thing, is that what people say about you when you're not in the room.
That's true.
What's important.
And you know that we'll have your back.
Yeah, I know you got my back, but in my face there is nothing but keeping me humble.
And you're all about building people up, too.
Absolutely.
We're very aware.
Absolutely.
So how did you choose Nathan? That's a good question to ask that people, in the community might wonder. So the chief chooses the assistant chief. Is that kind of through direction of the mayor's office? Is that at your own discretion? How does that come about?
So Chief Bolan, under Mayor Winnick, he got to choose Chief Pugh. And then when Chief Pugh retired, he got to choose me. Mayor Terry afforded me that same autonomy where I could choose my assistant chief. And, I'd been watching Nathan for several years now as a colleague, and have always been impressed with him, his professionalism, the way he carries himself, the way he goes about the job, the way he respects the profession, just all those things I just mentioned. And on top of that, the way he works with coworkers. It was honestly a no-brainer for me that someone like him could be a person that could be my number two. He also has a vast knowledge of narcotics, something that's basically attacking our community. So his guidance and information and understanding of how to fight narcotics coming from working in that unit will greatly help us develop a plan to implement to basically help the community out and, try to, minimize the damage that fentanyl and heroin do to our community.
Right. And with Chief Bolan being gone, which is now the new chief of Henderson, that was very good for him, a very good fit. Yeah. But when he left, what kind of wise words did he have for you? And I'm sure you probably took in a lot of them while you were working directly under him. But did he provide you with any kind of insight of what to expect, or just some positive words to kind of get you going?
Yeah, and I still talk to Chief Bolan every day. Like I said, he's a mentor, and he's also a really good friend of mine. Just had lunch with him today. No, Chief Bolan gave me all sorts of great advice. I guess the best advice he gave me is trust the people that work around you. You have some very talented, very smart, and wise people that understand this profession. I don't know everything, T. Can I call you T on your show?
You can call me T.
Can I call you T on your show?
Maybe that should just be my name on the radio show. T.
So people out there watching the show, you can tell Taylor and I have a personal relationship. That's T.
Yeah.
But no,
you're Philip.
Yeah, right. And I'm Philip, and I tell people that in the community. People, hey, Chief, hey, Philip. It was good enough for my mom. It's good enough for me, right? But no, Chief Bolan, encouraged me to, listen. You got 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Listen. Do what you can do. Always give people the truth, whether they like it or not. But just be truthful, and then people can respect that. Yeah. And sit back and listen. Before you make a decision. Don't be just so quick to rush and say yes to everything or no to everything. Actually sit back and weigh out how this move affects, other things. And so I think that was all sound advice, and it's definitely something that I'm trying to get better at and trying to do. Like, I didn't realize that I was that far into doing this, but wow.
Well, and we can all use that in our personal lives too.
Yeah,
just taking a seat back and listening, and before jumping to conclusions or an answer. And talking about transparency, that's something that's so instrumental in our department, and something that we really strive for to give to our community. And we're going to continue doing that, just like doing these shows. Just people getting to know you as the chief. For example, what's your favorite topping on your pizza?
Oh, why do you do me like this? I like it all. So when I order pizza.
Yes. Where do you order it from?
Again.
Oh my gosh. This is where it goes haywire.
I eat pizza out. Yeah. Taroni's is that's my go-to right now.
Okay. What do you get on it?
So it depends, because I change it up. I don't do stuff the same all the time. The last pizza I got from Taroni's was lots of meat.
I did too, but I added banana peppers.
You added. See, I don't do banana peppers. It's too strong. It's too
They have
strong.
really good breadsticks too.
But when I call myself healthy eating, air quotes, healthy eating, I do like chicken and green peppers and black olives and mushroom. Chicken, mushroom, green pepper, and black olives. That's my go-to when I'm lying to myself and telling myself I'm eating healthy.
I get it. Do you get the cauliflower crust too?
No.
Okay, not that healthy.
No, not that healthy.
What about favorite movie?
Now or back like then? We doing like.
You got to make this difficult.
It's The Last Dragon. Yeah, see that face you just made? It's like you've never seen The Last. First of all, it's some people out here in the 80s that know about The Last Dragon.
I have no clue.
Barry Gordy's Last Dragon, Bruce Leroy, Show Enough.
No.
Oh, man, that's one of my favorites. Big Trouble in Little China. Kurt Russell, Big Trouble in Little China.
No, let's move on from this.
Harlem Nights.
I've seen Harlem Nights.
You've seen Harlem Nights?
I've seen Harlem Nights, yep. What about favorite basketball team? I think everybody should know this one at this point.
If it ain't the Duke Blue Devils, who is it? Go Duke.
Yeah.
In my country is God country, Coach K. That's how that's how my household goes.
Let's think of a fun fact about the chief here that not many people would know. Where are you from? A lot of people know that, but we can start there.
I tell everybody I'm from Clarksville, Tennessee, which I'm from. That's where I came into my own as far as understanding the world. But I was actually born in a small town, what was that, a little north of there. I was born in Hopkinsville, Kentucky.
Yeah.
I was born in Hoptown.
Jenny Stewart.
I was born in Jenny Stewart Hospital, and then when I was about 6, we moved over to Clarksville, and went through all my grade school, middle school, high school in Tennessee, even first year college there.
And fun fact, both of our sisters are chefs.
Yeah, both our sisters are chefs.
Yeah.
I tell you and me are siblings. And
We are. We're
don't
totally
realize
related.
we were separated at birth, just several years apart.
Just several, yeah. Yeah, we know each other's family and everything.
Yeah.
So going back to that, yeah, it's just nice to have this podcast to be able to let people know and be transparent with the community what's going on at our agency. So with the plan of being the chief for the next year, next 4 years, however it'll be, what are your plans for, let's say, this coming year? What plans do you have as chief?
Yeah, so one of the first things I wanted to do was approach our green spaces and public spaces and make them ours again, right? We don't keep the maintenance of the parks, but we do have a responsibility to make sure that everything's safe as it possibly can be. So first, approaching the green spaces, adding a parks division to our police department, consisting currently of 6 total officers, 1 lieutenant, and 5 patrolmen, to get out there and just specifically hit out the green spaces. Now that it's getting warm, the weather's breaking, you're starting to see more families out there. We want to make sure that they feel comfortable seeing officers out there and knowing that the officers are there for their safety, there to interact, there to participate if they allow them to in anything that they're doing with their families, and basically just be a part of the community in that fashion. So taking the parks back internally, making sure that our officers feel like this is a place that they love to come to work to, right? Yeah. People always put the R&R together, recruitment and retention, right? Mm-hmm. I believe the retention piece is something that a lot of people kind of gloss over because they get so focused on what they don't have. I don't believe in panicking. I always say this, don't panic, pivot. Mm-hmm. And so what's the best thing you can do if you're not getting people coming through the door as quickly as possible? Well, you take care of what you got. You take care of home first, right? So making sure that our officers feel welcome here is a huge priority of mine, making sure, because they're the biggest billboards you have.
Absolutely.
And so making sure that they feel like they have a voice. Mm-hmm. So keeping my doors open for having an open door policy, allowing them to hear me on the radio, actually getting out and doing something other than just sitting at my desk is something I'm intentional about, something that Chief Hassler is intentional about as well. Just, that making this a welcome place. Yeah,
that's great. You guys are certainly leading from the front, because whenever I heard Chief Hassler on the radio the other day, I was like, oh, he needs a female for a search. Well, maybe I can get off my desk and go out there and do a search. So, whenever you hear that, I think it makes other people want to get involved as well. So I think that's been extremely appreciated by patrol staff and patrol officers alike. So long-term, 4 years under Mayor Terry, what does that look like for you?
So law enforcement's always evolving, right?
Sure.
And equipment. It costs money. So basically being knowledgeable about the equipment that helps our officers maintain safety first, and the technology so that they can do their jobs efficiently. So always looking for the next big thing, how to keep our people safe and to make sure that we enhance our investigative techniques to keep our community safe. Right. So long-term, short-term, long-term should look the same for any chief. In the short term, you want to make sure that you're keeping your people, in a headspace to where they enjoy coming to work, that you get your pulse on the department to know where you can help people and be a resource for them. In the long term, I think it's equipping your officers in the next administration that will come after you a playbook to go forward with the profession. Yep. Because the profession is constantly evolving.
Right. And it is, and that's something that's really cool that we get to go to. We get to the International Association of Chiefs of Police conferences, the PIO section, and the international event. And so we learned so much from other agencies too. And I'm kind of curious, because we are potentially going to be speaking in Boston in October for that conference. And I wonder, bringing up podcasting, how many other agencies are podcasting?
Hey, I don't know. And that's something that we definitely can talk about. The Evansville Police Department, whether people know it or not, has been on the cutting edge of the international footprint of law enforcement training. We teach internationally about our community policing. Mm-hmm. There's agencies around the country that have taken some of what we do here in Evansville and use it in their own backyards, and we've done the same. Mm-hmm. That's what we kind of recycle, rinse, reuse, recycle things that we've seen that are successful in other places, and try to see how they fit with our community. Coffee with the Cop, we're the fourth agency in the world to do that. That's now a worldwide program, but Evansville was the fourth to do it.
That's so crazy to think about.
Yeah, every state does it now, and multiple countries do it.
Yeah, I know.
And we're the fourth overall agency.
Yeah.
So a lot of things spread. like that. And
right. Walking Wednesdays, that's something that we do with our crime prevention office. So yeah, a lot of events that we do that other people, for example, when we hosted the PIO conference here back in May, there was an officer from Chandler, Arizona. They want to get their school resource officers' trucks donated from another auto company where they live. And so providing them with the information and documents that we have to see if they can incorporate that at their agency.
Awesome, yeah.
So it's really kind of cool to see full circle how meeting these people from other agencies, how we can share information and really kind of just get out in the communities and do what we can, especially in my realm of work, public information, social media content, things like that. So thank you for letting us go to those because they're very informative.
You do a phenomenal job, and Sergeant Day, I'm sure will do a phenomenal job just like Sergeant Gray did.
Yep.
So we've been fortunate and blessed here at the Evansville Police Department that we've had willing people to want to do those jobs and actually put the effort in and are really good at them. So we appreciate you as much as you like going to those conferences. We appreciate that you are going and getting that continuing education.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's, trying to be innovative and bring new ideas to the police department, really highlight what our officers are doing for our city because there is so much that people don't know that our officers do. And we want to certainly highlight that and encourage them and, help with morale just by showing how great our officers are.
Absolutely.
And that's what we really strive to do. We started putting out monthly reports of dispatched runs, how many self-initiated runs we've had, narcotics collected or narcotics arrests, guns collected, and just looking at those numbers alone is impressive.
Yeah, our officers are very busy out there, and they do a really good job. Kudos to them. Yesterday, I know whenever this airs, yesterday will probably be a couple of days ago, but yesterday we had storms, damaging winds. Hearing those officers out there taking, commercial burglary alarm runs, getting debris out of the road, making sure people had safe commute, from work to and from, putting their safety aside for others.
That was something that you went out and helped with as well. Talking about leading from the front, you went out and
that's what we all do, though. I didn't do anything different than anybody else would do. We're cops.
We are cops.
We're cops, and so that's what we do.
Yeah. So let's go back to fun facts about you.
Fun facts about Phil.
Fun facts about Phil. Let's see here. What are some good questions?
Where is this going?
Yeah, no kidding. Favorite song, favorite artist.
Man, you see. Okay, what are we talking here? R&B? We talking rap? What we doing?
All of it.
All of it. I don't just have Michael Jackson. If I had to just pick one artist for all things, it'll be Michael Jackson.
Really?
MJ's the man.
What song?
PYT. Do you see how it didn't even take me no time to think about that?
Yeah. Okay.
PYT.
All right.
Thriller album.
Favorite sport to play?
Boxing.
Boxing. You're undefeated in Guns N' Hoses.
Undefeated.
one time only.
One time only. No, that was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Unique experience for sure.
It was. I remember before I became an officer, I went to a Guns N' Hoses. And I'm sitting there and I'm watching all the fighters come. I'm listening to the music. I'm listening to the crowd. I'm just like in the arena. I said, and I was going through the application process.
Oh, yeah.
And I told myself, I said, if I get hired, I'm fighting in this. I want to be a part of this. This is cool. And now, not only have I been a part of it, I'm on the 911 Gibbs Hope board.
Which is more stressful.
Which is, oh my. Fighting is way less stressful than being on the 911 Gibbs Hope board for this event.
I figured.
Oh,
I see you running around delivering tickets, making sure everything's in order, and yeah.
It's been a lot.
Yeah.
I'm sure I got my bags under my eyes have bags under their eyes.
Heavier than the heavy bags. See what I did there?
I see what you did.
All right. So we have about a minute left. So any last words, anything you want to share with the community as chief or as Philip?
Yeah. How about we do both?
Yep.
As Philip first. First of all, I'm very honored to be the chief of police here in Evansville. I've said that before. This is not something that I always wanted. Even being a police officer, that was not something I always wanted. I do believe that some divine intervention occurred, and I'm exactly where God wants me to be at the time He wants me to be here, and I'm going to serve the purpose that I need to serve during this time. And then the time will come when it's another's turn. So what I can do personally is try to leave it better than I found it. In which I found it in very good hands. I believe Chief Bolan left some very big shoes to fill, and greatly appreciative of his friendship and mentorship. As chief, I want to encourage the citizens to get involved with the police department as much as you want the police department to be involved with you. We have things like citizens academies. Get on our website, learn more about the Citizens Academy, learn more about our police department, learn more about the profession so that we can decrease the gap of understanding between the two, law enforcement and community. We want to bring those two together, marry those two in partnership with the community is what a lot of the side of the police cars back in my day said, in partnership, and that's what we believe, that we want to be in partnership with the community. If you have events that you want us to know about, that you want us to attend, please reach out and let us know. Not to serve as security for the events, but to be a part of the events. Like we want to be.
We want to have fun too.
Yeah, we want to be there in uniform, having a good time, and don't try to sneak it in and get free security. But we'll do that too. I mean, you call us, we're gonna come help.
If it's a community event, though, we want to be involved in a personal aspect, not necessarily a professional aspect.
We want you to want us there because you know what? You got a police officer you have a person that works as a police officer that you want to introduce people to, right? How many people here at this police department are coaches? How many of them are
mentors?
Yeah, mentors or clergy at their churches. Like, we're just regular folks. Once upon a time, I used to get my hair cut in the same community. When now I shave it myself, but we go to the same barbershops, the same grocery stores, the same shopping centers. I mean, we're a part of this community.
Same high schools to watch sports.
Same high schools. What's that bull? You went to Bossy. What's that?
I don't bark.
What's the ball?
I don't do the bark.
The bulldog bark. Shout out to Bossy and all the EVSC schools. But no, that's what I would encourage the community. If you have something you want us to come to, please let us know. We're more than willing and want to get out and be a part of our community and take advantage of all those things. And any summer initiatives that you may have that you want us to be a part of, let us know because we're going to be trying to get out there a lot.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you for being the first for the podcast.
Yeah.
The What's Your 20 podcast, and we hope to do this bi-weekly. So.
How'd you come up with the name?
Oh, I don't know. It was law enforcement related.
10 code.
It's supposed to be 20 minutes long.
It's supposed to be 20 minutes
now
long.
You're running us over.
We went over, and 1020 is like, what's your location, right?
Something like that, yeah.
We don't use 10 codes, but
we don't. That's a fun fact for the day for the police department. We do not use 10 codes. It's plain language.
Where you at?
Yeah. Come find me.